So algebra. Let's just start off by going through what the top what the two rules of algebra were. Can anyone remember?
Yes.
Yes.
What's rule number one? Navazish.
Numbers on one side
Yeah,
and letters on the other.
perfect. I'll do that here. Oh, we change color. How do I change color?
You can talk.
No, you can't. You have to put your thumbs up to talk. One. Okay. Numbers on one side and
Come on, that's
letters
I can see.
on the other side. Okay. Numbers on one side, letters on the other side. Okay. And so I'm just gonna mute everyone. Okay. And rule number two, can I get Neelambri?
When you move something, you must do the opposite.
Good girl. When you move something to the other side, you must do the opposite. Perfect. So let's try out a few questions. I think in class, okay, let me think of something else I can give. Yes, Tanya? Tanya, do you have your hands up? Okay. I have a question. Would it let me? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Two x. Oops. 2x plus 1. 2x squared plus 1. Oh, actually, I'll start with easier ones. So 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 9. So this is a really easy one. Don't shout out the answer and don't send it in the chat. Okay. We'll do it together. Okay. So what's rule number one? Shri?
Numbers on one side and letters on the other.
Okay, so I'm going to highlight the numbers. So the numbers we have is 2, 1, 3, and 9. And the letters we have is, oops, I'm going to choose a different color. The letters we have is X and X here. Okay, so we want to move the numbers to one side. So the first thing is, now this is not a proper rule. Like if you don't follow this rule, it's not going to affect your answer, but it will make your life easier. And the rule is, if a number is attached to a letter, so 2x or 3x, move that at the very end. So let's move the other numbers first. So we have +1 and -9. I'm going to choose Dave. Dave Patel, which number would you like to move first? The 1 or the 9? Yep, 1. So I'll move the 1 across. So when I move it across, Dave, it's a +1. It becomes a -1. Good man. So it is 2x is equal to 3x minus 9 minus 1. And what's -9 minus 1? Manav? Saira? What's -9 minus 1?
-10. -10?
-10. Good man. -10. Now, we still have to move this 3x across. So this is a positive 3x. So Saira, when I move to the other side, what does it become?
Two over x?
Nope. So it's a positive 3x. When I move the positive 3x to the other side, it becomes a?
Negative.
Yeah. becomes a negative 3x. And that is equal to negative 10.
Oh,
Now, what's 2x minus 3x?
1x. I mean x.
Negative x.
X.
Negative x. Right. Because you have it's a
Oh.
bunch of you have $2, you go to the shop and then you use your credit card and buy a $3 Zinger burger. So now you have $1 debt. So 2 minus 3 is equal to negative x, and that is equal to negative 10. Now, this, right, you could have avoided this complication that we have by moving in a different order. It would have been much easier if you moved the 2x to the other side and the 9 to the other side. But we didn't, but it doesn't matter. Negative x is equal to negative 10, but we want a positive x. So positive x, all you got to do is multiply both sides by negative 1. So negative x times negative 1 is equal to
Negative x.
positive x.
Mm.
And negative number times a negative number gives you a positive number.
Number.
Yeah. And a negative 10 times a negative 1 is equal to?
10.
Yep, positive 10. So x is equal to 10. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
No.
Perfect. So that's me applying the rules of algebra. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to try, what do you call it? Another question. Let's see if you guys figure this out. Can I get rid of this this question example here?
Can I finish writing it?
Yeah, sure. When you are finished, just let me know so I can move on. Done?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so let's try this question. There you go. Try that. Try that question. I'll give you guys a few minutes. And once you try that out, send the message to me directly.
Melvin,
Yeah.
I got like someone else's like screen, like it's showing someone like I can't see your iPad, like I can't see the question.
Same.
Sorry. Yeah, my iPad just.
Same.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
You're welcome.
I see it now.
Thank you.
I got like someone.
Hi.
Please stop, guys. All right. I've only got one answer so far.
Is it 25x or 2.5x?
2.5x.
2.5, okay.
Won't have more, but more.
2 seconds, Melvin. Just leave it on for 2 seconds.
Melvin.
Your screen disappeared again.
Yep, I'll just connect it. Don't worry. Yes,
Melvin.
down, I'm hoping, right? There you go.
Excuse me, Melvin.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you're excused.
Is it 2.5 in like fractions or just like 2.5 in decimal?
I can't tell you that. And you can't shout out your potential answers out loud. You need to send it in the chat. Okay, so I'm getting a few answers through. I'm getting about 5 so far. That's good. Oh, sorry. The person who asked the question about 2.5, was that your answer or was like, were you asking about this?
I was asking about the question.
Yeah, so this is 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5x.
Yeah.
So I thought you were saying was 2.5, as in you, I thought you said your answer was 2.5.
Oh, no. I
Okay,
was saying with the question.
no. All right, so I'm gonna go through the question now. Let's see how it works. So what's rule number one? Rule number one is move letters to one side, numbers on the other side. So I'm gonna underline the letters and then underline the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So first one, I can either move the 3 across or I can move the 6 across. What do I want to do? I just feel like moving the 3 today. So I move the 3 across. And then it becomes, oh, actually, I actually don't feel like moving the 3. I feel like moving the 6. So I feel like moving the 6, and if I move the 6 across, it becomes a negative. Oh, wait, sorry. I don't feel like moving both of them. I feel like moving the 1 across. Sorry, I'll tell you guys why my feelings are why I feel certain feelings. There's a reason behind it. It's not that I'm just, it's like a magic something or something like that. There's a reason why. So I'm going to move the 1 across. When I move the 1 across, it becomes a positive 1 becomes what, guys and girls?
A negative one.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
5x is plus 6 minus 1 is equal to 3x. Next, I need to move the 2.5x across. A positive 2.5x becomes a negative 2.5x. So 6 minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 2.5x. Perfect. Okay, 6 minus 1 is pretty hard. It is
5.
good.
5.
3.3x minus 2.5x is
0.5x.
0.5x.
0.5x. Now, you can use the method we used before, or you can use common sense. If half of x is 5, then a whole x must be
10.
10.
5.
Yeah, if half of
10.
something is 5,
10.
then the whole must be 10. But in the actual maths, obviously we have to go through the actual maths because we're here for a maths lesson. The actual maths for it is, I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening with my screen. Yeah, the actual maths is, again, 0.5 is multiplying by x. So when you move it across, it becomes division. So you do 5 divided by a half, and that is equal to x, and x is equal to 10. Because 5 divided by a half is equal to 10. Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
All right, can I give you guys one more question? And hopefully, if a lot of you get it correct, I can clarify other things.
Yes, please.
Okay, so do you guys want time to take these notes down?
Yes, I found it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Melvin, isn't
Yeah.
5 divided by half 2.5?
No, so that's 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by a half is 10. Try it out. Go in your calculator, type in 5 divided by 0.5, and you'll get 10. Because when you divide by fraction, it actually increases. Again, there's a bit of math behind it. If you guys are interested in that, I can show you. Do you guys need more time to take this down, or can I delete it?
A bit more, please.
Yeah, no worries. Just let me know when you're done, okay? Just unmute yourself and let me know.
I'm done.
Melvin,
Yeah,
your screen disappeared again.
perfect. Thank you. One second. Let me just turn off the display time thing really quickly.
Can you give me another 2 minutes, please?
Yeah. One second. I'm just trying to make sure that my screen doesn't turn off again.
Okay, thank you.
Sean, I need Sean right now.
Yes.
Sean, I need your incredible Apple Genius bar help right now.
It's not genius.
Well, that's what they're called, right? The Genius bar? Yeah, so
No.
Apple, Mr. Sean Sonny,
Okay.
which setting do I change to keep it on my screen on?
Your screen on, like when you mean like when it dims,
Yeah,
that's supposed to happen automatically. I don't think you can change it. I'm not smart.
don't say that. You're one of
No,
the
I
best.
don't think you can.
Auto lock.
Yes.
Does anyone else have an idea where it is?
Yeah, you actually can. You have to go in settings.
Yeah, but do you guys know which setting it is?
Try in accessibility.
Accessibility, okay.
I know how to do it.
Well, shout it out.
So, go in settings,
Yep.
then go into screen time, then go into what's it called again? Display and brightness.
Yep, I'm on that.
Then go to auto lock.
I can't change it for some reason.
Maybe because we're on Zoom, that's why.
Wait,
Uh,
Melvin.
yeah. Oh, I think I know why. It's because my battery's on low power mode on purpose for some reason. Why
Turn
it's
off
on.
mode.
That's
Okay,
why.
perfect. That works now. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That was a team effort. Good job. I
Yeah.
felt like Power Rangers just then.
You know this was live, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. People can see how you guys are good with teamwork.
Yeah, we know it.
Melvin,
Yeah.
can you explain why you were like moving specific numbers around?
Yes. Good
Because
question.
you were, yeah.
Good question. It's because I have a magic crystal ball that tells me which numbers to move.
Wow, such a joke.
I'm joking. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be a future comedian in the future. But I don't think I'm good at that as well.
You should give up.
So basically the reason is, right, you should move the smaller numbers to the other side. And the reason is if you move the bigger numbers to the, well, it really depends. Okay, well, it doesn't really depend. Okay. The basic rule is smaller numbers are the ones that you should move. So with the 1, when I move the positive one across, it becomes a -1, right? So overall, the equation stays positive. If you don't move the positive numbers first, you'll end up with something like this monstrosity, where you end up with a negative number or negative equation. Instead of moving that 1 across, oh, wait, did we move? No, instead of moving that 1 across, we should have moved the -9. Because, guys, which number is bigger, -9 or 1?
-9.
Yeah. No, -9 is not bigger. One is bigger. Who is a richer person? Someone with $1 in their bank account or someone who has $9 of debt? Who's richer?
$1 in the bank account.
Exactly. So a positive 1 is actually bigger than -9. So if you move the smaller number across, you'll end up with an algebra equation which is positive. The only time where that rule doesn't work is if x is a negative number. Do you guys understand?
Mhm.
So do you guys understand
Yeah.
that like tip? So like that's like a trick again, tips and tricks. When you do algebra, right? Move the smaller number across, and that way you get a positive equation. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay. So let's try another question. Can I make it harder?
Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Sure.
I'll make it harder.
Yay.
No.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna choose something. I'm gonna choose Katie. Katie, choose a number between 1 and 10. 8?
Let's mute.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Me and Katie
Hello.
communicate telepathically. Yeah. See, I told you it was 8. Me and Katie can communicate telepathically, where even if it's on mute, I know exactly what she said. Katie, did you get my message? All right, got it. Yeah. See, me and Katie can talk telepathically. Okay, oh, sorry, guys. I'm gonna mute everyone. Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone. Okay, so 8. I'm gonna choose someone else. Hirash, give me a number between 1 and 10.
10.
10, perfect. Okay. Okay. This is not actually harder. It's actually pretty easy. But try it out. Try it out.
Mobile.
Yes.
Should I send the answer after I'm finished?
Yes, you can. But don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Beer. How can I help you? Don't say the answer out loud.
Also, remember when I gave you those writings?
Yeah.
I know this is like a little bit early to ask, but like, have you checked them yet?
Nope, not yet. A good question.
Melvin, did you get my answer?
Let me check. Yes, I got your answer, Garrick.
Oh, did you get mine?
Yeah, so guys, don't ask questions like that, whether I got your answer, just because it's not important. I would have gotten your answer, and it just disrupts the flow of the class. But do ask me a question if you actually have a legitimate question that you need help with. Okay. One other tip that I think you guys could use, right, to make sure that you get a question right in algebra is once you get an answer for algebra, so I'm not going to say who this is, but I'm just going to say that someone here got an answer of x is equal to 2. I'm not going to say who that was. But to see if you got the answer correct, you put the letter 2 where the letter is. So the number 2 where the letter is. So if x was equal to 2, 8 times x, which should be 16, plus 10, that should be 26. And 10x should be 10 times 2, which is 20, plus 2 should be 22. Is 22 equal to 26? No. So the answer is incorrect. X is not equal to 2. Yes, Mr. Tanav? I cannot hear you, Mr. Tanav. I don't think you have the superpower like Katie who can telecommunicate. I think you need to unmute.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, sir.
Okay.
What's up?
I just joined. What question are we up to?
We're just making up random questions on the spot, Tanav, based on people's favorite numbers. So we're just practicing algebra right now because I think a lot of people want to help with algebra.
Okay. I'm a pencil. Okay.
Welcome. Pav, what's up, bro? I love
What's the
game.
writing topic?
The writing topic is books are the only source of knowledge.
Okay.
Also love the racing chair. What's up, Miss Shaw? Miss Shaw, you're on mute. You don't have telecommunication powers like Katie. You'll need to unmute. Miss Soha Shah?
Can we go for, or do we have, can we go against the topic, or do we have to be
Oh,
for?
yeah. You can be for or against, up to you.
Okay.
You can be cool and do whatever you like.
Wait, I have a question.
Right? Go for it.
In algebra, when you do that, does it make it easier if x is positive rather than negative?
No. X has to be positive. So when you find the answer, you can't give me negative x is equal to something. You have to
Okay.
give me a positive x value.
Okay.
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 Navazish, how can I help you?
My question was,
Yeah. Oh, so it was. It's not is anymore.
what?
It's in the past tense. You don't have a question anymore.
My question is,
Yeah. Your question is
when are we going to mark it?
mark what?
The question.
Oh, okay. I think most people have done it, so I'll go through it really quickly. Shri, quick question.
Is Maria's class on today?
Yes, it is. I think she's in the chat right now. And Kanchi, what's up? Kanchi? Kanchi. All right. I'm gonna move on. Yeah, Kanchi, what's up?
Manny gave us the topic of junk food is good for you.
Oh, okay. Well, he should have given you books are the only source of knowledge. Sorry?
He said he had a topic in mind, but then he forgot it.
Okay. Yeah, the topic should have been books are the only source of knowledge.
So which one do
Also,
we write?
yeah, you should write books are the only source of knowledge. Also, fun fact, next week I'll be coming in to teach the Nolamara class.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, you guys sound so depressed. You're like, oh wow, okay. Fine, Melvin.
Oh well, let's be with no.
Okay, so let's do this question, right? So first thing is, remember the tip, we have to move letters to one side, numbers to the other side. Now, which letters and which number should be moved? We want to move the smallest number first. That is 2. I want to move 2 across. That becomes negative, right? Positive 2 becomes negative. 8 plus 10 minus 2 is equal to 10x. Next, we're going to move the 8x across. That becomes plus minus 2
Equals to
10 minus 2 is 8. 10x minus 8x is 2x. 2x is the same as multiplication. So you do 8. There you go. Easy peasy.
eight.
Does anyone have any questions about this?
No.
Nope. All good. Did most of you get it right?
Yeah, I got it right.
Yes.
Now,
I got it wrong.
Okay. The people who
Yes.
got thanks for being brave enough to tell me that you got it wrong. Good on you. So the people who did get it wrong, could you write down which step you got it wrong and why you got it wrong? Okay. write down which step you got wrong and why you got wrong, because that way you can avoid making that same mistake again. Do you understand, Mr. Joshua Jones? Joshua Jones, are you there? Mr. Muscleman, are you there? Joshua, are you sleeping?
What?
Okay, I'm just double checking if you're here alive or dead. All right. Okay. I'll do one more hard question, and then I want to quickly go through the writing marking key. Actually, should I go through the writing marking key or should I go through something else? Yeah, I think I'll figure it out when I do this final hard question. Okay. Are you guys ready?
No.
I'm ready.
Okay. This is gonna be a harder question, okay?
No.
Yes. I love
Okay.
hard questions. No.
Oh, I'm gonna choose Ahmed. Ahmed, give me a number between 1 and 10.
7.
7. Okay. Interesting choice of numbers. And Kanchi, go for it.
6.
Ooh, you guys are not giving me something easy to work with. Okay, let's see.
What
Okay.
about 6x squared?
Okay.
Anyways.
Wait, what?
Okay, there you go. Oh, actually, no, I can't do this. This is way too hard for you guys, actually. I just realized.
No, do it.
Sorry? Yeah, I just realized that's going to be way too hard. There's
Make.
one step that I realized that's going to be way too hard for you. It's not your year.
Why?
Keep the squared
Well,
part.
it's 6 squared.
Keep the squared part.
No, you can't, because that's going to be way too difficult.
And put brackets.
Okay.
Because I didn't rewrite the question completely. 6x minus 8 plus
6.
Okay, there you go.
Take over 10. This is in.
What about the number 7?
I just don't like Ahmed, so I'm just not going to choose number 7. I'm joking. I couldn't think of it. Sorry, Ahmed. Don't get angry. Don't beat me up.
Too late now.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to like put locks on my door now. All right, try this out. 5 minutes. In case my singing career, I mean my comedy career doesn't work out, do you guys think I should be a singer?
No.
yes,
What?
please.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can you sing right now?
Not sing right now. No, I'm shy. But what do you think my stage name should be? Should I just keep it as Melvin?
No.
No, you
Make
should,
it stupid, Melvin.
you should make it bad singer. You should call it bad singer.
That's a
Melvin,
terrible
I'm
name.
bad singer.
Melvin the Melvin.
Melvin. Melvin.
Yep.
Could we also do the hard one you gave us? Like if we wrote
No.
it down.
It's not that it was like it's hard for you to do it. It's just the fact that you guys haven't learned it. So it requires a different skill set in maths. So you literally can't do it. It's too hard.
Okay.
I think you learned this in year 10. So that you need to learn year 10 extension level maths to do that.
We message you the answer when we get it.
Yes, please do send it through. And when you send your answer, if you have any good suggestions on my singing career name, do send it.
Okay then.
Okay.
I was thinking like Kanye, Manye, or maybe like Beyonce can be Beyonce.
That sounds weird. Like it sounds like fiance.
Yeah. I am a legend. You're going for 10 minutes. Sorry, that's someone's username. His username is I am a legend. I'm a legend is gone.
Melvin.
Have you guys sent your answers through? I haven't gotten any
Yes.
answers so far. Oh, actually, I've been getting answers. It's been hidden in my screen. Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Melvin,
Yes.
when does the competition end?
Oh, in term 1 of next year. Just before your gate test.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to do your whole year worth of notes, right? Okay, I'm getting a lot of good answers. Awesome.
What
Like,
if you
Challenge.
I love a lot of the nicknames. That's really cool as well. So thank you guys. I'll go through the question now. Okay. My favorite. I'll during the break I'll tell you some of my favorite nicknames that you guys sent through. Okay, so let's go through this question. What was rule number 1? You should move the smaller number to the other side, right? Well, not the rule number 1, but as a tip, right? We should move the letters to one side, number to the other side. So I'm gonna choose Hamza. Could you tell me which one the smaller number is?
2.
Nope. Oh, well, 2x. Sure, I can move 2x across. So I'll move 2x across and it becomes 6x minus, plus 10. Plus 10. And Tejveer, what does the positive 2x become?
Negative 2.
Good girl. Negative 2x. And that is equal to negative 10. Okay? And what's the next thing I should move? Aishani. What's the next thing I should move?
Move the plus at positive 10 to the negative 10.
Good girl. And what does that positive 10 become?
Negative 10.
Wow, that positive 10 must be having a sad day or something. It's turned negative. So depressing. Sorry, guys. I'm just a really bad at comedy. Okay, 6x minus 2x is equal to?
4x.
4x, awesome. And negative 10 minus 10 is equal to? Negative?
20.
20. See, this is what happens when you have two negative people together. It becomes more negative. Get it? Because you have two negative 10s and now it's a negative 20.
That's
Like-
such a bad joke.
Oh my
doesn't
god, your
sound right.
humor is dead.
All right. So 4x. Now 4x is basically 4 multiplied by x. So when you move to the other side, it becomes divided by 4, right? So negative 20 divided by 4 is equal to negative 5.
5.
There you go. That's it. All right. Take those notes down.
Melvin,
Yes.
I thought you couldn't have a negative number on it though.
No, you can't have a negative x, but you can have a negative x value. Do you get it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like think about this. It's like when I ask you for lunch, you can't give me a plate of salt, but you can have salt in my lunch. Do you get it?
I get it. Yeah.
You get it? So you can't have
Yeah.
a negative x, but you can have x which is a negative.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Melvin,
Yep.
but we could serve you a plate of salt.
Well, you'll be a terrible chef then.
I would eat it.
No, you know it's funny. My mom actually gets so mad at me because I love putting salt in my food, and she always gets mad. She's like, Melvin, why don't you just have a plate of salt for dinner then? That's why if you guys have noticed, if you watch some of my videos, I always talk about salt as an example.
Melvin,
Yes, that's my name.
Dev, this is a question about the homework.
Yes, go for it, sir.
On the question 5, like,
Yes.
how do you find the surface area of a cylinder?
Oh, I can't help you with that now, but next week I can help you out in class.
Okay.
There's still. Yes, Mr. Aaron. Oh, Navazish, do you have your hand up?
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
Over week 1, week 2, week 3, right? Of
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Your is weird.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
I haven't forgotten anything. I forgot.
Okay, that's okay. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys something else really quickly. Oops. Nope, I'm not showing in time of Sydney. Don't worry, my screen is paused.
Okay, then. That sounds weird.
Yes, now? All right, so basically, that's pretty much it for algebra. What I recommend you guys to do is, if you guys want to practice extra algebra, go to Khan Academy. Now, Khan Academy is an incredible place to learn, right? Really, really good. Go to Khan Academy. You can make an account for free and come here to search and type in algebra. And you guys are all studying basic algebra. So you go to algebra 1. You go to algebra 1. And then you work through the basics. So you click the first one, algebra foundations. And then you start each of these learning modules. Now, if you feel like you know some of the basics, because you guys already know some of the basics, skip this first half, go all the way to quiz 1, and then just do the quiz 1. If you find it easy, you can move on. And then you can start doing these questions. If it's pretty easy, do quiz 2 and stuff like that. Do you guys understand? So I'll send it in the chat as well. It's a great place to practice. And also not just for algebra, anything else you what do you call it, want to learn, this is an awesome place to do it.
Melvin,
Yeah.
I actually already use this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. Kieran's asking if I got sponsored by Khan Academy. Yes. Every time I mention Khan Academy, I get paid $1,000. So Khan Academy is a great website. Have you guys heard of Khan Academy? So Khan Academy is another website that's called Khan Academy, and they have the letters KHANACADANY. I'm joking. I'm not being sponsored. It's a free company. It's a complete free company that you can learn.
Melvin.
Yep.
Do you have a class on Khan Academy?
Do I have a class on Khan Academy?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't have a class on Khan Academy.
Oh, that's sad.
That is pretty.
Melvin.
Yeah.
Okay.
One at a time. So could you put your hand up? Yeah. So Shri, you go first.
I forgot.
Okay, next person.
Melvin,
Yeah.
can you create a class on Khan Academy and then set us some assignments?
Oh, like that? No. Just because, right? I tried that last year and it gets really messy. It's useful if I'm like a school teacher and I have like 1 or 2 classes that's really specific. but because I'm tutoring so many kids, it gets very messy very fast. So if you have any specific questions on Khan Academy, I'm more than happy to answer them. If not, you can't. All right.
Melvin,
Yeah.
is there a Khan Academy app?
Is there a Khan Academy club? App? I don't know. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
there
know.
is. There
There
is.
is?
There is, I have it.
There is.
There you go. You guys now have a 5-minute break. So if you guys want to go on a break, or if you want to just chill here and learn something new, I can tell you guys something that I recently learned.
No.
Okay. So all the nerds
No,
can stay,
no.
but all the cool kids can go on a break. So the nerds,
Yeah.
I'll show you guys something really cool.
Melvin,
So make sure you guys come back after 5 minutes because you have another class with Maria.
Melvin,
Yes, Shri?
can you tell us your like favorite nicknames?
Oh, yeah, sure. So some of them were I got wait, let's see. Mr. Banana, Mel. I think that's a copied from Jenny. King of Pop,
Jen.
Tom Wynn, Melvin Mendez. That's actually pretty nice. It's like I'm Shawn Mendes' son. Fireball, Melvin the Mess, the Melodic Minx, Singing Cat, the Melodic Minx. Ooh, Timothy says Strangled Cat Singing, Melly Mellow, Tom M, Tom's Got Talent, Nothing Because You Should Give Up. You sing like a dying donkey, no offense. Lol.
Oh my god. Is that allowed?
Who was that from?
Who is that from?
England,
So
Melvin,
mean. What the
Melvin the Smart, Melvin 2.0, Melvin Tom 2.0, the Roast Magnet.
Hi, Melvin. Hi there, Melvin.
Hello.
Sorry to disturb. This is his first Zoom session, and I just wanted to confirm with you if we have to log in again for the next session now after you leave.
No. You can just stay on this, and then the next class will start soon.
Oh, great. Okay, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay.
Melvin,
Yeah.
how do you do number 12 on the homework?
You didn't do it?
I tried it, but I can't do it.
That's okay. We'll go through it in class next week.
Okay.
Go away. Go away.
All right. So I'm gonna mute everyone, and while everyone's still on break, I'll show you guys something cool that I recently learned. So I'm not sure if I told you guys this, but I'm pretty sure you guys know this already, but I'm like super like I'm a big nerd, right? All I do is just like pretty much my YouTube is just a lot of like different like lectures and like learning videos and stuff like that. I mean, I watch a lot of like funny videos and stuff, but a lot of the time I watch a lot of like different lectures and stuff just because I'm super nerdy. But recently, I was watching a lot of psychology videos. So Navazish got me interested and told me that her mom was a psychologist. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I want to learn something more about psychology. So I started watching a lot of psychology videos. Now this guy.
What did you know now? Please don't tell me you're gonna teach us psychology.
No, it's just a bunch of cool fun facts. So basically, this psychologist, his name is Dan Ariely. He's really, really cool. So he's a psychologist, and he's also an economist. So he talks about how humans conceptualize money because humans can't think of money for some reason, and he talks about like how humans make a lot of dumb decisions when they spend money and things like that. And I'll give you one example of the cool thing that I learned from this guy. I can't go through all of it because it's a bit too complicated, but like I'll go through one of the coolest things that I found. So imagine you guys are trying to make a decision. Can you guys think of any time you had to make a decision that's really hard to? Oh, easy. recently I went to Baskin and Robbins. Have you guys been to Baskin and Robbins?
Yeah.
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 And what's hard about Baskin and Robbins, right, is that they have so many flavors to choose from, but you don't know, which flavor to get.
Yes.
Right.
I just choose me.
So here's the problem, right? Here's the problem that Dan Ariely, was describing. He said that if you go to a Baskin Robbins, there is 18 flavors, let's say, that you find, and you can't eat all 18 flavors, right? But you have to choose one flavor. Now, when you go to the place, they can let you taste one of the ice creams, but after you taste it, if you say no to that flavor, you can't get that back. So now you have a real problem. You want to make sure that you choose the best flavor possible, but you don't want to miss out on something better. So what do you do, right? What do you do? So basically, in maths, if you have your calculators with you, on your calculator, there's a letter called E. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
So E is called the Euler's number. So Euler's, I think I'm spelling it wrong. Oops, Euler's number. Now, Euler's number is this, it's at the constant. I think it equates to 2.7, but I'm going to make it approximately 3, right? Let's just say it's, equal to 3-ish. So I'm not going to go into how they found this number and things like that, but what's cool about it is that this number appears all around the universe, right? Everywhere you look, you find Euler's number. And the thing is, what he found was that if you want to find the best ice cream possible, you take the total possible ice cream things you get, you divide it by Euler's number, and you get a number. So what's 18 divided by 3? 6. So what Dan says, right? What Dan said was that you try the first 6 ice creams. You say no to all of them. The first 6 ice creams you eat, you say no, 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 no. And the next best ice cream, and then the next ice cream that you taste, that is as good as the best ice cream in the 6 you tried, or better, you say yes. And then there's a lot of complicated maths behind it, but basically, this gives you the best probability, the best percentage of getting the best ice cream in the 18 ice creams. So here's another example. Here's another example in real life. So recently I had to I have to pick a group member for my group project, right? For uni, right? Because you have to work with someone. So in my class, there is let's say 99 kids in my class, right? Plus me, so 100 kids. So how do I use this maths to find out the best partner? I do 99 divided by 3, and I get 33. So I go and say hi to the first 33 people, and then I'll say, nope, I'm not going to be group members with you. Nope, I'm not going to be group members with you. And say, no, 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 no. And then after the 33rd person, the first person who's as good as any one of the previous people, I say yes to. So that's a cool fun fact that I learned recently. All right, break time's over soon, and I'll pass it on to Maria.
Is that all you learned from all the episodes?
I learned so many other cool things, but I can't go into that in detail. But I'll send you guys some cool things if I find it.
Okay.
Did you take off your glasses, Maria?
Yeah, I got contacts.
Melvin.
Yes.
Where's Maria?
I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I'm assuming I'm the host, or am I not?
No,
Yes.
sir. I'm the host now.
Melvin,
Awesome.
Yeah.
can you please sing for us just once?
Please.
Oh no, I gotta see this.
Please.
I'll tell you a fun fact. I'm not going to sing, but I'll tell you a fun fact. Back when I was in year 11, there was a singing competition at my church, and I signed up and I got 3rd prize. But the fun fact is, only 2 people signed up. So I still got 3rd prize just because there was only 2 other people. I was that bad.
Congrats.
Oh,
Still counts,
That's
right?
sad.
fantastic. How do you watch on it?
No.
You guys want to see that prize, by the way? Do
Hello?
you guys want to see the prize?
Yes, I want to see the
Yes.
prize.
Yes.
Can you guys read it?
Yeah.
There you go. Third prize for singing. Look at me go. All right. Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Hi, Mr. Tom.
Bye. Bye.
Maria.
Yeah.
Maria.
Hi,
See you.
guys.
Did that even say music?
Pardon?
Did that even say singing?
Did that say singing? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Melvin singing?
The prize.
Yeah.
I think I saw it. It said third prize for singing.
Okay, good.
Guys, there's proof. I'm sorry that it can't be contested. I hope everyone had a really awesome holiday. It is 6:01, so that's the time we usually start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear. The next thing that I wanted to talk about, just want to see who's in the class and who isn't. Awesome. Hi guys. Oh, I think so. At some point, I will mute you all, and that will start very soon. But I thought I'd just run you through what's going to be happening today and moving forward, how I'll be running the lessons. So I think you guys really responded well when I didn't just run the full lesson on a lecture. I gave you time to ask questions about things going on in class and what I was talking about. So it wasn't just quite so full on. So we'll be having question time, like at least 15 minutes at the end of class. People already have their hand up, and that's scary, but all for it. To any new kids who went in last term, super psyched to meet you. Hello. Say hi in the chat so I can, see who's new, who's just joining. I'm assuming there are new people in the Sunday class. Okay.
Melvin's host again.
Oh.
Hello, Melvin.
I'm sure he'll switch it back when he's ready. If not, I'll just keep running the lesson. Okay, that's no problem. No, oh, no. All right, well, we'll just run with it then. All right, so guys, today we're just going to be going through a crash course for Persuasive. We are going to then go through the 3 big things that I saw with the creative writing. So I had a very good opportunity to go through some of your creative writing samples, and let me just say I was very impressed. But moving forward, I know exactly what we need to focus on, so I'm very excited to get into that in the next half an hour. A couple housekeeping things from last term. One of the most, I guess, ineffective things that I kind of was really difficult for everyone was when people call out my name when they want to ask a question. I know sometimes that I might not always answer every question if you have your hand up, but if we call out, it kind of disrupts my audio and I lose my spot in the lecture. So I was hoping that this time we just, stick our hands up, and I promise I will get to you. Yeah? Okay, fantastic. And I'm assuming everyone's in the chat, in the class now. I don't think there's anybody waiting, so I'll just go ahead and start. Oh, exciting. Okay. Oh. All right, so cool. You would have started with persuasive writing this week, yes? And I think the topic that Jenny gave you, if I'm not mistaken, is books are the only source of knowledge.
Yep.
A very interesting statement if you think about it, because you would assume that everyone would be on the, of course, books are not just the only source of knowledge. And I'd be very interested to see if anybody wrote that they are the only source of knowledge. Even if it's just one kid, I really, really want to hear that side of it, because I, for the life of me, really struggled to justify why books would be the only source of knowledge. Okay, so moving on. And this term, well, at least today, my handwriting has decreased. Okay, it is not as neat as it used to be. I'm going to be starting to move towards text. So please don't come at me for that. I'm no longer the note-taking queen. It's unfortunate, but it had to happen at some point. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to start off with is planning. Now, I myself have a very specific planning process that has been narrowed down to the point where if I know a topic now, I know the 3 reasons I'm going to associate to that topic. what I used to do is I used to get very general, big topics like pollution, obesity. Obesity would fit under health issues, global warming. I would take very big issues. Okay, I would find the issues that were associated to them, and I would see whether, if I had 3 reasons, whether those 3 reasons could be shared for those 2 particular issues. So let's say I had a statement on global warming and a statement on pollution. Could some of my reasons for global warming or pollution be shared with each other, or do we not see that as something that's possible? And yes, guys, if you have the answer to it, please put your hand up and I'll answer. Oh, 3 people raised their hand. Shiv.
It could be said.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
It can be said around.
Exactly, good. So my biggest technique when it comes to planning, and this is something you have to do at home, is find big topics and think about the issues and ideas associated to them. So for global warming, you can associate that to pollution. For should soft drinks be sold in school, something as basic as that. You can link that to obesity or health issues, more mature topics, I would say. And look, guys, it doesn't always have to be a persuasive text that comes from a statement. Although I feel that statements are more challenging, you don't necessarily have to always do it from a question or a statement, either or. And by the way, I think that those are the only 2 questions that you will be introduced to. From me anyways, I will only ever give you a question like, should we implement this in school, or a statement such as, is lying okay, which I heard in one of my last sessions for tuition today. H, you raised your hand? Or was that an accident?
How long is the whole writing? How long is that? How long is it?
How long should you be writing for, or how long is my lesson?
No, how long should we be writing for in the real gate exam?
In the real gate exam, if you have, so this is the thing I need to clarify. If you have 25 minutes for creative writing, do you also then have 25 minutes for persuasive writing? I'm just going to assume you do. You should have an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So I would use the whole 25 minutes to accomplish those 5 things.
Thanks.
No problem. Dev?
My question was, for this topic, books are the only knowledge. Could we add something like it's cutting trees down, and that's why our carbon dioxide is making it more global warming. The ozone layer, it's affecting the ozone layer, because books.
So that would, yes. So that would depend on. So sorry to cut you off, but it also depends on, which brings me to a very great point. Thank you. It depends on how you're choosing to interpret the prompt in itself, which is the statement. How you choose to interpret that will actually allow you to kind of go off on a bit. So like you said, if books were the only source of knowledge, then yes. If every single student or if every single learner in the world had to learn their entire course from books, then yes, cutting down all those trees, deforestation, etc., all those issues would arise. You're right, Deb. So well done. Okay, Pav, last question before I move on into the introduction.
For persuasive writing, how long are you aiming for? Like how much pages?
How many pages? Well, I'm not going to lie, most of my persuasive texts in years 5 to 9 were only ever 2 pages. And that never changed. So I would hope that 2 pages would be the minimum. Yeah. Okay, so that was the last question I'll take for that part. I'm going to move on to the introduction, then I'll take more questions, okay? So we know that a persuasive text has an introduction, it has 3 body paragraphs, and it has a conclusion, all right? So in your introduction, I have listed down what exactly you need. You need a hook, a stance, 3 reasons for your stance, and a persuasive device or persuasive devices. I don't want to limit you to just having one, although I myself do prefer to have persuasive devices right at the end. Now, like 6 hands just shot up, and that's okay. But if anybody is confused about what I mean by stance, Stance just means your position on the argument, whether you agree or whether you disagree. So don't be too concerned about that one. And your 3 reasons. Now, my biggest advice for your 3 reasons and when you're putting them into your introduction is to just list them. I feel like having 3 separate sentences is unnecessary, inconvenient, and honestly, it just kind of breaks the readability of your introduction. Remember, your introduction is meant to kind of engage your reader from the start sentence all the way to the persuasive device. It should keep your reader engaged. If at any point your marker starts to go, oh, this is kind of boring, they're losing me in your introduction, it's not a very good indication that your resulting paragraphs are going to be very good. So our introduction needs to be spot, okay? So in terms of a hook, is anybody confused as to what a hook actually is?
Yes.
Okay, someone said yes. So a hook is just a general statement on the ideas that or the issues you're going to be discussing in your persuasive text. Okay, and we are going to go through examples. So if you look to the screen, which I'm sure you're all doing, the very first example is to truly consider yourself a knowledgeable individual, you must befriend any and all means of education. Books are the only source of knowledge is a statement that is both dangerous and naive as it informs students that their learning should be sourced from one place, depriving them of perspective, alternative learning styles, and efficient study habits. Consider momentarily if we were to limit every child to a book. Just how dire could the repercussions be? Now, I am sure, or I'm not too sure, if the language in that was confusing, so I'll take a hand up for particular words, but the hook was the very first sentence of my introduction, and that is where it must always be. The structure there from 1 to 4 is my recommended structure. I think it is very neat, and I've never seen a structure that kind of breaks. My grammar in sentences 2 to 3 is a bit concerning. I apologize for that, but everything else is, I would say, quite good. Okay, so Deb, you have a question.
What does persuasive device mean?
All right, fantastic. So persuasive devices are the techniques that we want to be using to make our writing look better. It's the same way you would use figurative language in a creative writing text. You would try to develop your characters in creative writing. Your techniques, what makes your writing look exemplary in persuasive writing is going to be your persuasive devices.
Okay.
All right. Shri, question.
Can we use anecdotes as well?
Yes, that is a form of persuasive device, and we will be going through a couple at the end. But I think the best way for you guys to learn your persuasive devices, if you're confused, is if you get a list of persuasive devices and I give you little activities in terms of how to implement them within a persuasive text. Because obviously you need to learn them before you use them. Melvin 98, is your hand up?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so for the book is the only source of knowledge, I'm actually agreeing with it because like,
oh, awesome.
So but basically I had a plan, I've already made it. Like it's basically about how in the recent books have been arrived from millions of centuries, right? But recently there has been an imposter technology.
Ooh. So you're also using like persuasive devices, like some forms of figurative language. You're like personifying technology in a sense.
Yeah, and there's fake news, fake everything, practically everything you see on the internet is true. Knowledge means true facts, and it means facts written from one person to another, not just some random fake interpreter giving you random useless, not even random useless stories, like fiction stories.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, because I myself didn't take the time to really consider the opposite side of the argument. And I think it's very good that everyone considers Melvin 98, I'm sure that's not your name, Melvin 98's opinion and his side of the argument. Because if you understand the other side of the argument, it means that you are capable of forming a very well-developed argument yourself, okay? If we can see the flaws in his argument, and the flaws in my argument, which I'm going to present, you should be able to go, okay, well, they did this, and that was quite, that's a good point, but how do I rebut that? How do I argue that and write the adverse thing, the opposite thing? Okay, so Melvin 98, I feel so weird calling you that, but it's going to have to work. So Melvin 98, one of the things you said was that there is a lot of fake news out there, right?
Yep, you're right.
Okay, so what if I was to kind of come back with a point, and then you can argue it, because I'd like to know. Books, right? If books were the only source of knowledge and books started from somewhere, someone wrote them, what evidence do these older books have that makes them a good source of knowledge? Why should I trust a book from like an older period? Because that would be our only source of knowledge, right? And if that has no evidence, then the book that's been adapted from that would be based on that book. So how would I deal with that? How would I deal with learning from books that don't necessarily have all the evidence?
Okay, so my like come back to that would be like, for a book to get made, it first needs to be written by the person, then it needs to be checked over, and then it needs to be published, which again will be checked over by another person. And then on top of that, to get that book in the market and be given to you, that will have to be checked by the authorities to see if it's a valid book, and then they'll do it. But if you like, anyone could go on the web, like type something on Wikipedia and say this is facts, like, and then when they're actually just giving out fake news, like it's only like one person who's doing it, and that one person might not be like saying giving right information, which means books are like the only trustworthy source of knowledge, and that books is only knowledge.
Superb. That was very well done. I think one of the best things that you did, and if everybody went to take notice of this, is the fact that when there was when there was an opinion that when he had his opinion, he structured it in a sense where he gave me a process as to why his reason was the best. So making sure that your argument is in a very sequential way, from the fact that you said they have to be checked, they have to go to a publisher, that process in itself tackles my argument. It tackles what I asked him in terms of the evidence. It means that there is always going to be someone checking it, making sure that what's getting out there is the right thing. Very well done, Melvin 98. Okay, so just to recap that, you want to make sure that your arguments are sequential, meaning that they are in the correct order, or the information within them is in the correct order. Aaron, question.
You know, when you're saying like the persuasive, how you do it, is it okay if you add like fake evidence, such as like when you're saying like this person has said that 90% of the people have been reading books, and then the rest have only like the other 10% have only been using their iPads and stuff, and have been getting bad wrong information, like something like that.
Okay, so you're asking whether fake evidence is a-okay, and your answer to that is yes, it is, because it would be unrealistic for me to give you a topic such as is lying okay, and then expect you to give me like expert opinions or statistics that are fact-based. Like if I was to give you that topic right now, I wouldn't expect any of you to have fact-based evidence or like legitimate evidence to back up your arguments. It would all really be opinion-based. So yeah, Aaron, go ahead and make up your evidence for that. Obviously, please guys, make it believable. If you say that 90% of learners in school are book learners, it's not going to be as believable as you hope. So make sure that you spread those percentages around. And even then, I would suggest that you don't use statistics as your main persuasive device, as they can kind of break your writing, and numbers are very boring to English teachers. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me just mute the chat very quickly.
What? Mute it.
Oh, sorry, mute the chat. My goodness, I'm honestly losing the plot today. It's the first lesson back. Okay, so I would take questions in a sec because I want to move on. So if you guys read through that by yourself, like I said, sentences 2 and 3 have poor grammar. But if you were to read that, could you tell me where the hook is, where the stance is, where my 3 reasons are, and where my persuasive device is? And I will take a hands up for it if anybody wants to answer that question. Also, Navazish and Ahmed, you had your hands up. If that is for this question, let me know. Oh, Hiresh.
My question, the hook is.
Wait, hold on, Navazish. Hiresh is talking. I'll get back to you in a sec, okay? Hiresh, what were you saying?
Do we have to say what the hook stance, the 3 reasons for stance, persuasive device, you defined it in the example there in the introduction?
Yes, so can you tell me where each of those aspects are in my introduction?
Okay, the hook is to truly consider yourself. I'm reading. Go. To truly consider yourself a knowledgeable individual, you must befriend any and all means of education.
Very well done. All right, where's the next one?
The stance.
Where does that start and end?
Books. The only source of knowledge is a statement that both dangerous and naive, as it informs students that their learning should be sourced from one place. Yeah, and
Oops, I kind of gave it away.
The 3 reasons for stance is depriving them of perspective, alternative learning styles, and efficient study habits. Yeah, I think that's it. And persuasive device is consider momentarily if we were to limit every child in a book, just how dire could the repercussions be?
All right, fantastic. Thank you for getting that. Well done. What is the persuasive device? I think this is one that should be very familiar with everyone. Correct? Oh, okay. Oh, everyone got it. So rhetorical question, yes. I'm assuming if anybody is uncomfortable with rhetorical questions, stick your hand up and I will make sure I zoom past it at the end. Okay. Sorry, my Siri is going off. Okay. So, Neelam?
I don't, what does dia mean?
Oh, okay. So vocabulary that is a little bit weird. I'm just going to circle it. So dire means like very like bad, okay? Like fatal in a sense. Let me go through other repercussions or consequences. Depriving means to take something or keep something away from someone. Are there any other words in there that anybody would like me to define? And befriend just means to make friends with.
Hello. Can you hear us? Hello.
Hetrikan?
Mama.
Someone is asking if they can. If someone is asking if they can be heard, and they can.
Oh, I'm older.
Okay, so sorry. I'm just gonna mute the chat, mute the group very quickly. Okay. I think what I asked last was, is there any vocabulary that anybody else would like me to go through in the example? Bhupinder's iPhone?
Yes. Where did you, where's the stance? I don't know where it is.
Okay, so the stance is here. So the statement is both dangerous and naive, as it informs students that their learning should be sourced from one place. Dangerous and naive are, I would say, adjectives that would kind of be very, it's quite obvious if you use those 2 words that your stance is going to be, I strongly disagree.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Navazish, sorry, question?
No.
Yeah, for what Garrick said, I do agree with him. But then what if the books aren't correct knowledge either?
considering that it's on the if it's on Wikipedia and you're not getting correct there, how would you get it correct in the books?
Because the book is being checked again and again and again, and it's just repeatedly going on, and that's how like they have to proofread it at least 10 to 20 times by different people.
Can I
means
jump in very quickly? Garrick, as an example, what you should say if you're using that as a process is, guys, have you ever had a first edition textbook and then you move on to the next year of school and you get a second edition textbook, but it has the same information, but it's been improved? Garrick, I think that's a very good example in terms of relating it to your schooling experiences. The fact that we have different editions of textbooks would be a very good example for you to rebut Navazish, because what she's saying is that, well, how do you know it's true? Well, each of these books that are coming out is being improved on with every edition. Okay, we'll come back to that argument in a second, but that would be the evidence. Navazish, with that argument, I feel like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot with that one, because it doesn't show me that you're on either side. With the statement, you need to at least pick one side and be very firm with that side. If I feel at any point of the persuasive argument that you're kind of straying to the other side, or you're spending too much time kind of glorifying it, making it sound good, I'm not going to be convinced at your argument. So make sure that the stance or the side that you pick of the argument, you are firm in that, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, moving on. Okay. Yep. Did someone say hello?
Hi, this is Tanav's mother. Can you hear him?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Now she can hear you. Okay.
Okay, fantastic. And Thanav, if you have any questions and you feel like I can't hear you, just stick your hand up or put it in the chat and I'll go through it at the end, okay? All right.
Okay.
Hooks. So we talked about the fact that hooks were just like addressing the issues or the ideas in your persuasive text, okay? Now, it is there, I gave a definition. It is a statement that addresses the purpose or idea. And I did say at the beginning, it was much like how, oh, actually, I don't think I said that. We will be talking about this later, but for the last term kids who are on my Sunday class, at the very beginning of the term, I went through narrative openings and I said the best ways you can start your sentences, oh goodness, your creative writings off, would be with a statement, a quote, or a question. Don't worry, we'll go through that. But this is the same thing. Your hook is the same thing as a statement, and you should treat it like how you would treat the statement in a creative text, all right? So the example that someone, a student gave me today, and just to break that very quickly, if anybody needs or is missing notes, stay to the end and I will go up and down, but I won't move it while people are, a majority of the class is on a particular page, okay? So is lying okay is the other argument, statement, question kind of thing that I wanted to go through today, okay? Thanav, did you raise your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, question?
So like when I just joined, like I couldn't really hear before. So like to hook, like what's one of the things you could do?
To hook, well, the best way to do that is with a statement.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm about to go through how we can do that now. With the example is lying okay. Firstly, I would like to know a majority of people, just quickly raise your hand if you're on the yes side. Oh, there you are. Great. All right, I am also on the yes side. I definitely do think that lying is okay. It is how we justify it that's going to make people look at us a bit funny, okay? So for everyone who disagrees, we will be having a healthy discussion later, and we're going to try rebut each other in class today. Hopefully everybody is down for that. So a hook, an example, would be lies are the demons that eat away at our soul. Yeah, it says you're in the example, but reading out loud, I think it makes more sense as ours, so because you're including yourself in the argument. Okay, lies are the demons that eat away at our soul. Does that necessarily, oh, actually, does that tell me what side I'm on? You can drop your hands now, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to start asking you if you want to answer the question. Shri, does that tell me what side of the argument I'm on?
Yes.
It does. Fantastic. So here is a point that I want you guys to remember. Do not be too general, okay? I think that some of the best hooks are done when you make your point or your position of the argument evident, okay? And normally we do that through diction, and diction is our word choice, the specific selection of why we chose these words. One of the persuasive devices that you should pay attention to, and one of the things I want to go through with you today, is connotation. It's a literary device. It also comes from language conventions, meaning it's just a function of writing, okay? Don't overthink that one too much. So connotations, does anybody need me to write that word down? Or, you know, I'm just going to do it. Connotations. So this is the persuasive device that I want to focus on currently, okay?
Maria?
Connotation. Guys, if you have a question, stick your hand up and I will answer you.
Maria?
Does someone have their hand up? Haresh, question.
I have to go somewhere. Can I leave the meeting?
Of course you can. It will. I'm pretty sure it'll be on YouTube. So if you need to look at it later or
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Haresh.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I think he's definitely gone. All right. So, anyways, connotations. If anybody wants to get this definition down, connotations are ideas associated to certain words. And you can go ahead and make a very pretty note page on it, because, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys are still in competition with one another. Are things getting heated in the competition? Are people getting better at note taking?
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Connotations are ideas attached to particular words. I did use associated before, but I was concerned that a definition problem might be happening there. So connotations are ideas attached to particular words. Is there anybody confused by that definition or what that means?
Can you give an example?
I 100% can. When I see the word home, the ideas I think of are brownies, books, my dogs, my Pop Funkos, and my bed. Those are the ideas I have associated with the word home. Those are all positive words. None of the words I mentioned have any kind of negative tones, unless somebody feels like they did. I'm hoping it's just not the dogs or the brownies. You can have a go at anything else. But no, I feel like that was probably the best example I can give you, because I feel like when everybody thinks of home, they have a very personal connection or a personal string of ideas they have attached to it. I'll give you another example of connotation. If I was to think of, I was going to say Captain America, but actually, no, I can go Captain America. If I heard the words Captain America, the name Captain America, the ideas I would associate to him would be gorgeous, buff, beautiful, strong, super soldier, patriotic, hero, avenger. Are we getting the point that when you hear a word, it's just the ideas you're associating to that particular word? Now, particular words will have, thank you to the person who let me know my device was 100%. It must be really annoying you. Particular words will have negative or positive connotations. With any of the examples I gave, I tried to give you all positive connotations because those two words have very positive connotations attached to me. Now, I think the only example that we can probably have a go at would be Captain America in terms of someone having negative connotations of him. That person would most likely not really like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They might not like the depiction of Captain America. I can't imagine why, but it's just an example. I'm cool. So anyway, I'm fine with that. Shri, do you have a question about connotations?
No, but then like when I was thinking about the topic books, this came up into my mind. Like whenever I see, like whenever I'm going to like cook something, usually when I go on the internet, it says like how to make scrambled egg or poached egg, and then it comes up with something random. Like sometimes that happens to me.
And that has something to do with connotations or the topic?
It's about like books are your only source of knowledge.
Okay, well, what I suggest is, because that argument is a little bit unclear right now, what you do is you develop it. What do you mean by it? Oh, things happen to me. I need to have a bit more of sorry, I need to know a bit more about that, you know, whether it becomes confusing, etc. Anyways, guys, keep the questions close to the topic at hand. Jonathan, what do you have any questions? Sorry. Jonathan? No? Yeah? No? All right. Advik, question.
Can you use like connotation in like any paragraph in your persuasive?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. So you can choose the specific words that have certain connotations attached to it. So, well, honestly, it's quite simple. Like if you choose to discuss the target audience's home, there would be very positive connotations if you're talking to a particular group of people. If you are talking to maybe people from third world countries or people in very bad positions, they might not have positive connotations of home, which is unfortunate, but you have to make sure that whatever connotation or whatever word you pick has positive connotations for your target audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, fantastic. So anyways, when we look back at the introduction, oh goodness me, I'm losing my words. When we look back at the, what is this called? The hook. Oh my goodness. Sorry. When we look back at the hook, I chose specific words because of the connotations. So I chose demons and eating away and soul. Can someone tell me why I would pick those 4 words? Technically, eating away is like one thing. Okay, why would I pick those 3 things? Aaron.
Because usually when you lie, it's like when someone tells a lie, it's negative, and demons are negative, and like they kind of eat away your souls. Because when you die, you go to like some people go to hell, something like that, and then that's where the demons live, and then they eat you away.
No, you're on the right track. What I would add to that, Aaron, is the fact that demons, yes, there are connotations of like hell and bad and things like that, right? But also remember the soul, and if you're religious or if you're not religious, it still works either way. The soul is meant to be a very pure thing. In literature, if you're ever reading a book, if someone mentions the soul, she was a good soul, they had a rotten soul, etc., it's meant to be the depiction of self, okay? So if it starts to eat away at your soul, what it's saying is that it's starting to eat away at you, the things that make you good, the things that make you you, okay? So that's what I would add to that explanation, Aaron. Just the fact that the soul also has very positive connotations, while demon has negative connotations.
Oh yeah, and also like when you're like saying the demons like eat away your souls, does it mean like it's like you're guilty, kind of?
Yes, 100%. So lies are the demons that eat away at your soul. Basically, that just means that every time you tell a lie, you become less of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. In this stance, I have taken the whole lies are bad, but in reality, I probably would have argued that they're good. Well, not that I think lies are good, but I think that sometimes in particular situations they are necessary. Anyways, moving on. So, is there anybody who is still confused about what connotations are? If so, ask me now. Then Danav? Oh, Danav, you muted yourself. So if you aren't sure how to unmute yourself, You can write it in the chat and I'll answer it in a sec. Oh, still muted, Thanav. So just go ahead and write it in the chat and I'll answer it in a second, okay? Oh, hold on. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Could you please repeat what connotation means?
Okay, so connotations are ideas attached to particular words. Now, if anybody noticed, we talked a lot about positive and negative. So what you can add on top of that definition would be positive / negative ideas attached to particular words. Because when we talk about connotations, it's important to remember that there are positive connotations and negative connotations. Okay? All right. That is an example also of how we can use a persuasive device in a hook. So you can use persuasive devices, and I'll tell you this now, everywhere. Literally everywhere in your persuasive text, you can use persuasive devices. All right. Okay. Dev, question.
My question was, what is an example of a negative connotation?
Oh, like in the hook that I had before, demons would be a word that has negative connotations because you're supposed to think of, well, at least if you're religious or even just because of popular culture, when you think of demons, you would think of negative things. I can't imagine you would think of good things when you think of demons. Is that okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so back to the topic that you had this week. Books are the only source of knowledge. Knowledge is not only power, it is amorphous and goes beyond the page. Just before anybody freaks out, I'm just going to put the definition there. Very, very good word to use. So if you want to jot that down, go ahead and do it. I love the word amorphous. Normally what you think of when you hear the word amorphous is love. Love is amorphous. It has no limits. At times it has no boundaries. Thanav, question. And please let me know if I'm saying your name wrong.
How do you spell amorphous?
Do you want me to zoom in on that for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. Hannah, question.
Oh goodness me, I'm losing my words. When we look back at the we did that by accident. The hook. Oh my goodness.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
when we looked at the hook, I chose specific
why
word
is it?
because of the connotation.
Ooh,
So I chose demon.
that's really awkward. Why is that going on?
Away and
Somebody. All right, so I just muted everyone. Apologies. And I hope everyone.
Aaron.
So
Usually when you lie,
see, that's confusing for me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just muting that person very quickly. All right, moving on. I hope everyone has the word down. It just means no limits, and usually you associate it to emotion. Okay. So knowledge. Okay, so I'm just gonna mute that person until they stop the recording. Can someone tell me why that's happening? Just so we can help that person out. Do you know what's happening?
It probably means that means that someone has their mic on and they're playing the live stream while being on the Zoom chat.
So how would they stop that?
They just get off the live stream.
They just close the app.
Okay, so could they leave and then come back?
Yeah, no, it's just that they're on the live stream.
Maria, it could also be yours. Is your Google on?
No.
Or your screen or something?
No.
Maria.
Okay. Anyways,
if they're not on mute, that's maybe the reason because they're on live stream. So if they just mute themselves, that won't happen.
Okay, fantastic. I hope that person heard that and figured that one out. And if that person is still struggling and they have questions, rather than unmuting yourself, just whack it in the chat and I will get back to it ASAP. Okay. All right. So back to the topic anyways. So books are the only source of knowledge, which is what Jenny gave you this week. Knowledge is not only power, and that is a sneaky little shout out to Loyola, because I'm pretty sure the slogan is knowledge is power, or their motto. Knowledge is not only power, it is amorphous and goes beyond the page. Can someone tell me what that means? And the people who already had their hands up, I'm going to ask you. Neelam?
It's not really about this, but what's the third word for the amorphous meaning? What's the third word?
The third word for amorphous, you mean the definition?
Yeah, the definition.
It's here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what is the third word?
Next to amorphous. I'm not sure what you mean.
Like, has no limit.
Limits.
Oh, has no limits.
Oh.
Are you asking what limits means?
Nah, like, what does it say? Because...
Oh, so amorphous means that it has, that something, whatever it is, has no limits. Does that answer your question, or are you asking something else?
This is what I asked. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Ahmed.
That was by accident.
Oh, okay. Dev.
Dev, you're muted.
Or the amorphous. How could you like maybe do another example than this one?
Love is amorphous.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Love has no limits. There are things that are not amorphous. Wealth is not amorphous. It can end at some point, unless you're Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. But besides that, most of the time feelings are amorphous, which is just rule of thumb. Okay. So, anyways, those are just the two examples. I'm going to blitz through it because we're running out of time. A very good way to practice your hooks and writing very good, strong hooks is to get onto Pinterest, my favorite place in the whole wide world. Pinterest is quote central. All you got to do is search up the particular topic and the quote and just read through them. I know, very tedious, but I'm not saying remember the quote, because that isn't what you're supposed to be doing. Understand the quote so that you can reproduce it in your own words, okay? And that is just your fail-safe way of writing good hooks. Moving on, these are the words that I recommend that you jot down, screenshot, use in your persuasives in the following weeks. I love them and I have used them since year 5, pretty much. That's how, wow, I'm pretty old. Okay, Shri, question.
Can I just leave and go because I'm not able to remove this filter?
Yeah, that's okay. Chadshia?
Is Pinterest an app or is it on Safari, like a website?
You can just search up Pinterest on Safari. It's all good.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. So Navazish, question.
My question is that for a few of the words, can we use them for like other bases but gate as well?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
I would just say that they are specific to, well, not specific to, I would say that they're just very good with persuasive writing. I love them. So those are my recommendations. And yes, it is up to you guys to go get the definition. Navazish, did you have anything else to say?
Yeah. Are we also allowed to put it in narratives? Because a few of them you can. So can you put a few of them in narrative?
A word, thank you to the person who told me I have 10 minutes left. I know I'll move on soon, okay? Navazish, yeah, of course, it's a word, so you can use it everywhere. Okay, Deborah, question, and then I'm moving on to the very quick structure of a body paragraph.
How do you put amorphous in a sentence?
Okay, amorphous in a sentence would be, If I was to do it adversely, Maria's wealth was not amorphous. If she continues to buy shoes, she will find herself on the street. Using it in a positive way would be Maria's love for Captain America is amorphous. There is nothing he could do to ever lose her love. Does that help, Deborah? I didn't hear yes or no. So okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, awesome. All right, body paragraph structure. We know that we're going to be using teal. Now, notice here that there are 3 E's. Have you been taught 3 E's or have you only been taught 2 E's? I won't take hands up, just call it out.
2
E's.
I've done 3.
Oh,
I've done
that's
3.
that's on me. So majority
I
I
haven't
heard
blended at
2.
all. I've done 2. 3.
Okay, guys, I got it. So don't worry, I don't need any more answers. It's either 2 or 3. So I'm just going to then run through both. Okay. So as you can see on my very, very beautiful handwriting, you have T for topic sentence, E for evidence, E for explain, E for elaborate, and L for link back to original question. Okay. Now, if you look closely, it says evidence and explain are interchangeable. What that means is that if I so pleased, I could write my topic sentence, I could go into my explain, I could write my evidence, I could then elaborate on my evidence, and then I could link back to the original question. Okay, guys, I know time is running out. I will try my best to blitz through this. Okay, I'm real stressed right now. All right, anyways, so what I want you to do is you don't necessarily have to have 3 E's. One of the things I've noticed about even some of the best persuasive texts, you cannot tell for the life of you how many E's they have included, because what ends up happening is your evidence and your explain merge together, and your elaborate is maybe the most identifiable E in the entire paragraph, okay? Because it's quite obvious when you have an elaborate. And most people don't choose to have an elaborate, and that's okay as well. It's not going to affect your mark, and so don't worry whether it's going to be better for gate if you write 3 or better if you don't, okay? Either or works perfectly fine. It genuinely just depends on your argument. For now, I would love all of you to just focus on 2 E's, as I feel like that is the most achievable. Oh, someone's talking. And thank you to the person who told me to take deep breaths. I definitely will try. I think that was Tej. I will definitely do it. Trust me, I will. I'm taking deep breaths. Okay, anyways, we're not going to have time to do the questions, but if you take a screenshot, there is a mediocre-ish example there. Okay, well, it's an okay example. And it should have a topic sentence and an explain, so go for it. I'm going to have like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and now moving on. Okay, so that's the example as well, so you can take a proper screenshot of that one.
Maria, could you scroll a little up just a tiny bit?
Is that okay? Okay, anyways, Deborah, question. No, all right. Navazish, question.
I don't.
Okay, moving on then. All right, guys. To the person who told me they want to improve their vocab, I am going to answer that stuff at the very end. It's not going to be an instantaneous answer. I saw the chat questions already. Ardvik question, and then I'm going to blitz through creative in the last 6 minutes because we started at 6:01.
This is about structure. Is that okay?
Go for it. Yeah.
Should we include a rebuttal, and if so, where would we include it?
Okay, so thank you for saying that. I wasn't going to talk about rebuttals today, but since you brought it up, yeah, more than happy to. So rebuttals is a half-an-hour lesson, purely because I feel like not a lot of people really understand how to do them effectively, okay? So if you were to do a rebuttal, it would be after your 3rd paragraph, and it wouldn't be attached to your 3rd paragraph. I absolutely, it like digs at my soul, like it digs at my heart when people attach it to the 3rd paragraph, because it's so chunky and it undermines everything they've said in their 3rd paragraph. So make sure it is your fourth paragraph, and it's not an entire like big chunky thing, okay, Advik? It's like short, sweet, and beautiful. It's like much shorter than your other paragraphs.
Do we have to put a rebuttal or?
I personally think rebuttals, if they're done properly, are very effective. If you feel that moving forward, you don't necessarily know how to do them properly, wait a little while until I run through it in class. But, oh, you know what? Don't let me deter you. I'm sure you're good with them. Go ahead, practice. I think practice is always good. You definitely, in my opinion, should be.
Say if you're like running out of time, would you?
Are you looking for me to be like, no, I think it's fine, you don't have to put yeah, that's a very cheeky smile. Yeah, you are looking for me to say that. Okay, you know what, if you are absolutely running out of time and you don't even have 2 minutes to spare for a rebuttal, because again I said it's short, then yes, you don't have to do it, Advik. I just think they're very impressive.
Yeah,
I hope that answered the question you wanted to hear. Okay, Cristiano iPad.
Maria, are we allowed to go now?
You can, but you'll miss my 3 big tips on creative. That's okay, though. I'm sure Melvin will run through it in class, or Jenny.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
That's all good. Teshvia.
Bye.
Bye.
My teacher uses peel instead of teal.
Why did I use
like,
peel instead of teal? Oh, sorry. Did you say why did I use teal instead of peel?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I want to teach you a structure that's going to work with you from now all the way to year 12. I don't want to teach you something that you're going to have to relearn. The problem with peel is that I don't feel that it works with every year as you progress. Eventually, you're going to have to switch to teal. So if I can teach you the correct structure now, a foundation that's only going to help you, then I'd rather do that. So that I think that teal is the best paragraph structure for any kind of like analytical, persuasive. You wouldn't do creative, but for anything like that. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, blitzing through the 3 tips. Firstly, when I went through the creative, there was an alarming lack of narrative openings. I didn't see one person use a narrative opening. Maybe I just didn't get the right samples. But guys, you please start doing it. I think they're fantastic. And I think that if you do them, it's going to make you look or stand out in the crowd in comparison to every other, well, the majority of the kids sitting gate, okay? Narrative openings, okay? So I put it there, quote, setting, question, and statement. If you want to screenshot that because you lost it or whatnot, if you're new, please screenshot that, read through it. I think there's a copy of the Sunday sesh from term 1 in the gate chat on WhatsApp. Please start with them. I'm not saying that they have to be the very first thing you write. It's kind of like a title. If you trust yourself to leave a line and write it at the end because you're like, oh my God, it's only stopping me from writing well, please, please, please start doing them. I think they're great. Advik, you still have your hand up. Do you have a question?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Anyways, moving on from our narrative openings. Oh my goodness, stressed. Okay. Next thing I noticed was the creativity, okay? Guys, I'm not going to sit here and ask you how you develop your creativity because I'm sure it's different from everyone else. But I do have a couple tips on how to, I wouldn't say be more creative, but I would say that it just helps you gain experiences so you can write about them, okay? So one of the things you need to do is you need to understand how processes work. So run around, touch walls, understand the texture of things, work on building your 5 senses for very small environments, whether it's the classroom, whether it's the schoolyard. Build on your 5 senses, okay? Furthermore, another thing is go get experiences, go try new things, okay? I think one of the best things I ever did was when I was in uni, I had to write a suspense and a horror kind of story. and it was just not working. Okay, sometimes when we try to write in particular genre or write particular ideas, it doesn't work because we've never had experience with it. Okay, so go get experiences. I'm not saying that I put myself into a horror movie and I lived it out. What I did was I went on a ghost tour. I searched up the most haunted places in Perth, and I went for a little bit of a stroll and tried to get as much of an understanding of what those environments felt like. Okay, then what I did was I took basic words associated to that environment, and I then went onto the internet and I went synonym, 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 and I learnt the most complicated one and broke it down from there. Okay, I am sorry that I'm blitzing through this. We have a minute left. Oh my God. So that is for creativity, narrative openings. And the final thing that I noticed that I really want you guys to work on is descriptive language. Everybody has the right ideas, has fantastic ideas, but none of you are describing them. You're summarizing them, which is really, really affecting how great your idea could be. So rather than summarizing your idea, please add descriptive language in there. And also, guys, figurative language. My short stories have 22 to 23 points of figurative language. You should be aiming at your age to have 12 to 15 points of figurative language, okay? If anybody needs to recap the figurative language, I'm going to scroll to it. Oh, here it is, thank goodness. Okay, anyways, it is the end of class. I blitzed through that. There's nothing else left for me to teach with this crash course. I will take questions now. Tej, question.
Do you have any homework for us?
Oh my God, do I get to set homework? I don't think I get to set homework, but if I was to give you homework, which you don't have to do, but it'd be really cool if you did, I would actually get you to work on just forming hooks for different topics. So the topics that you might get in class, I want you to write 3 different hooks, and at least one of them should be for the opposite opinion. So if it's the books are the only source of knowledge, if you say, yes, it is the only source of knowledge, then I want to hear at least one of your hooks being for the opposite side. Tej, I hope that narrows it down. Bye, guys. You can start to leave, but if you have questions, stick your hand up. I will get through them as well. Dev, question?
On the step 3.1, there was a rhetorical question. What does the rhetorical question mean again?
The rhetorical question is a question that hasn't got a yes or no answer. It's a question that makes you think about the topic.
In a baby voice.
Okay, Hannah, do you have a question? Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Aaron, question. And I love that you have a Pokemon as your screen. Okay, I'm not gonna nerd out. It's fine. Please continue.
So you know when you do the narrative openings, right?
Yes.
Like, could you list down a few words you could use for like stories and like some figurative language tips and things like that?
List down some words you can use in your narrative openings.
Any like for any genre, like spooky, ghost, murder, like those types.
So you want me to do it by genre, and I feel like that would benefit everyone. I unfortunately can't sit here and do it now, but next class I have over the holidays, I said I'd get a vocab list, so I have that vocab list ready. So I'll do that next week. I will give you guys, just at the end of class, I'll leave a page that you can screenshot, and it will have all the words that you can use by genre, Aaron. Does that help, or is there anything else that you want to go through?
No.
Okay, fantastic. Bye, guys. Levino Chab?
Sorry, accident.
That's okay. Neelam.
Can I take a screenshot of that whole page?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. Navazish, question.
My question is that can you go back one thing?
to the quote, statement, or question?
No, to the how to write a decent hook.
Decent hook. Okay. Is everybody, I'm assuming the people left in the chat, the lesson is over, but if everybody is done with the figurative language, I'm going to move back to what we were doing before. There you go. You can take a screenshot of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions about anything else?
I got a question.
Oh, Thana's question, you are muted. So it's just a little mic. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Look, this you asked for a screenshot. He's struggling to look at the picture and take a screenshot. Where do we look at the picture?
Okay, so if you can't take a screenshot, where you can get the pictures from. So these notes will be put into a booklet. What I'll do is I'll send the PDF to Melvin, and I think he'll put them into the WhatsApp Facebook group.
I think I see Lux.
So they'll be put into a PDF, and he'll be able to access them if he is on that WhatsApp chat.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Remember, guys, don't call out. I will take your hands up if you have your hand up. So Thanav, I hope that answers your question. It will be put into a PDF and put into the WhatsApp group chat.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Navazish question, last question, unless anybody else has one, and then the lesson is done, guys. I am starving.
Hi, I'm Delisha, Navazish's sister.
Oh, okay. Hi. Do you have a question?
Yes.
She
wants to know, do you have any good vocab for her for year one?
Do I have any good vocabulary for a year one? Yes, I do. Vocab for a year one can be found in all of the best Roald Dahl books. She should be reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And if she doesn't like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, she should read Roald Dahl's Rhymes, because he has the best descriptive language.
Okay, you should read that. Okay, we have a whole entire set. You can read that.
That's adorable. All right, guys, that is the end of class. Unless anybody else has an Thanav question.
So like you and Aaron were talking about this thing like hell and demons and all that. I didn't really grasp onto that. Can you please repeat that for me?
Oh yeah, 100%. So what I did was I asked Aaron why I chose to put demons, eat away, and soul into my hook. Okay, so if you look here, that's the hook, right? That's the hook. So why did I choose to put those three words in the hook? Navazish, can you please? Oh, never mind, I got you. Okay, so the reason I chose those three words is when you think of the word demon, do you think of positive things?
No.
No, you think of negative things, right?
Yeah.
When you hear the word soul, do you think of good things?
Not really.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. What about eat away? Do you hear negative things or positive things?
What,
eat away. Eat away. If something is eating away at you, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
It's a bad thing. So a majority of the words in there have negative connotations, right? So we would use okay, hold on. We would use connotations to get our target audience to think about particular ideas. So if I wanted my target audience to think of good, positive, warm, cuddly things, I might throw in the word home or use a simile like imagine just being like at home or whatever, okay? As long as the words have positive or negative connotations to suit your side, okay? So lies are the demons that eat away at your soul. Does that sound like I am pro lying? Or does it sound like I am...
I couldn't hear. Can you please repeat that?
Okay, so lies are the demons that eat away at your soul. Does it sound like I am pro I'm okay with lying, or does it sound like I'm not okay with lying?
You're not okay with lying?
Good. Yeah. So the connotations allow my audience to understand that a little bit more. They allow them to draw ideas from what I've said and my hook. And you can use that throughout your entire persuasive text. It's not just necessarily associated to the hook. Okay. All right. I hope that helped. Someone still has their hand up. It's Levano Tab.
Nishal, that's you.
Just like shouts across the table.
Yeah. Okay, so bye.
Oh, okay. Bye,
Bye.
guys. That is the end
Bye.
of class. Thank you. I'll see you next Sunday. Hope you learned something.
Bye.
Ciao,
Bye,
ciao.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Now do I press the lead button?